Let's begin with weathering. We learn what is weathering. We learn what are the types of meaning, types, and effects. We have three types of main weathering, which is physical weathering, chemical weathering, and biological weathering. Aradhya said, sir, I want to learn much more in detail. So we will be learning sub parts also. So physical is further divided into block, granular, exfoliation. He said, sir, this is very interesting. Teach me more. So chemical is further divided into oxidation, carbonation, hydration, solution. And he wanted to learn more. So by biological also subparts, that is humans, plants, and animals. Confirm? Yes. Okay. This is something which we have done repeated. So I put repeated there for reference. The answer was already done there before. The internal forces which operate inside the earth are described as constructive forces. Underlining those two words, which forces? Constructive. And where are they? Inside the earth. You have already done chapter 7, you have already done chapter 8, you've already done chapter 4. These are all you've already done chapter 5. Forces may happen over or under. Under wala they are saying are constructive. Why are they constructive? Because they lead to formation of landforms, which you already just did homework for me also right now. Mountains, plains, plateaus, and so on and so forth. What are exogenic forces? Exogenic, the word exo comes from the Greek word outside. These are forces which are happening outside on the surface of the earth. Kabir wants to learn what are happening outside the earth. These are called as exogenic, Greek word, MCQ के लिए mark कर लो. Examples which we will be learning over the course of chapter 9 and 10 are weathering, mass wasting, erosion, transportation, deposition, and formation of soils. They are all happening outside. These are the concepts you will cover in chapter number 9 plus 10 together. All these 6 you will learn in chapter 9 and 10 together. 6, yeah. Can I go ahead? Hence, let's see what is the meaning of weathering. Weathering, Kabir said, sir, teach me what is weathering. Weathering means breakdown of rocks. Very important word, but not its removal. So rock, look here, rock, look here, rock will break down. Rock will, but it will stay there. Not its removal, matlab not its movement. It will not move. It will stay there. Sachi said, sir, please teach me when will they move? That means when they break, they will stay there only. She wants to learn when will they move. That will come in chapter number 10, which is called as denudation, which is nothing but movement. There we are learning how will they move. Here you are learning breaking down. There you are learning. So here we will focus on breaking down. The breaking down of rocks, but not its movement or removal. Weathering is also called as D&D. That is disintegration and denudation of a rock, which is happening usually by natural agents or near the surface of the earth. Decomposition decomposition is usually used for something which mixes back with the earth, which is not the 100% correct terminology for be using as denudation. The concept is same, basically minimizing or breaking down, but it is a specific in detail meaning is a little different. The basic aim is the same. I can say you play football, I play football, K plays football, everybody plays. But our roles inside may be different. So basically, in detail meaning is different. Overall umbrella meaning means break. So disintegration and decay means the same. How does this happen? This happens by agents. Please mark the agents. Temperature, moisture, precipitation that break down the earth. Keywords of 8 are clear. 8 keywords clear. First short answer. Nivan is saying whichever color Jaguar you want, I'll gift you. Nivan, you're gifting Jaguar? I want a Porsche. You have to gift me a Porsche. Ferrari. Bugatti. Weathering cannot happen on the surface of the earth. Weathering cannot happen on the surface of the moon because such conditions do not exist on the surface of the moon. Please make an arrow with such conditions. Conditions like temperature, moisture, precipitation. These all don't change majorly on the surface of the moon. Doesn't have seasons like us. The footprints which were left on the moon by the astronauts will be there for millions of years. Because these conditions, which are these conditions, guys? Temperature, moisture, precipitation. ये सब moon पे नहीं होता है. It only happens on the surface of the. Today you are in the summer season. You are facing a little heat. Don't heat is not started now. It is going to be a very hot summer. They say this year. They say May, April will be the hottest months ever you will record in the history of your country or your city. So be prepared. This is nothing which you are facing. Your meteorology. The meteorological department has already said that. And this year, summer has started early. It already reached us by February. But basically, are a part of the climate change, global warming. That's what they said. The footprints, whatever happened left on the moon, will stay there for millions of years. Thus, weathering is a basic and essential process of denudation. Please underline basic and essential process of phase. That means to get transported, the first thing you will have to do is break down. वहां पर break down होता ही नहीं. That's the characteristics of weathering. Short. Nevan is taking a very big risk by saying 2 Jaguars and 2 answers. Huh? 2 Jaguars and 2 back-to-back answers is coming. Weathering has the following characteristics. It involves disintegration of decay of solid rocks. Put an R. This is a repeated point. It was there in the meaning also. Weathering is not done by one process. It is done by several processes. Weathering ka meaning is the same. You break big rocks into fine particles. Put an R. Continue marking. Put an R. Weathering big rocks, when they become small, it results in formation of soil. Weathering affects the surface of the earth. It happens on the surface of the earth. It doesn't happen under. It doesn't happen outside the earth, that is all other planets. It prepares rock material for transportation by agents of degradation. This is nothing but chapter 10. Please mark. You will learn this in chapter 10. Chapter 9 first comes basically breakdown. Chapter 10 is after breaking down, what will happen? It will move from one place to. So to learn basically gradation or transportation, you have to learn breakdown. That's why 9 and 10 go hand in hand. Number 10, it depends upon climatic conditions. For example, the rock's chemical composition, hardness, texture, permeability, all determine different types of weather patterns. Please mark the meaning of permeability. Permeability means how much water can go through the rock. There are multiple factors which play a part. This is an important point. Please mark number 10. Not only the climate plays a factor, the rock also plays a factor. For example, the climate outside is very hot. The climate outside is very hot. Riley may say, I can go and play football in this climate, I will not fall ill. Kabir may say, if I go outside, I will fall ill immediately. It's not only the climate, it is the individual's conditions also. Same way the rock, every rock has different conditions. Some rocks survive very harsh temperatures and conditions. Some rocks cannot survive basic heat also. They break. Sorry, 32, 38. The types of weathering, please mark physical, chemical, biological. As you learn ahead, the question which you asked is a very incomplete question. Arnav. It's not only the temperature, there are many other factors which play a part, like wind and moisture also. If hot where if hot wind blows a lot, you start feeling more hot than it is. A normal hot wind not blowing doesn't make you feel hot, but a hot wind continuously blowing in the air, that's making you feel more oppressive or more heat rather than normal conditions. That's what you learn in chapter 11 also and 15. These are certain aspects which teach geography teaches you, which we correlate to the natural environment. And that's what you learn in chapter 10 also, climate of India chapter. Here we mark types of weathering, physical, chemical, and biological. Let's learn first one, what is physical weathering. Please mark physical is also called as mechanical weathering. Please make a bracket and write outside. Physical means outside. Physical means outside. For example, Kabir, I'm going to hit you. Kabir, I'm going to hit you. But from the outside. Any change which you will feel will be from the outside. Confirm? Sure? Kabir, change is there from the outside, not from the inside. That's called as physical weathering, a weathering which happens from the outside. This weathering may result in what is weathering the meaning? Breakdown. So Kabir will break down from the. That's from the inside. That's from that will change from chemical point of view. Inside is chemical, outside is physical. So Kabir, if you get hurt, you will get it hurt from outside. Kabir is a strong part. Please mark, please mark those two sure shots. Nivan is taking big risk today. He's giving you one more short shot back to back. Please mark that short shot. The two types of question, physical weathering is also known as mechanical, or physical weathering happens the maximum in deserts. Physical weathering maximum happens in deserts. Physical weathering is also known as mechanical weathering. Number one, please mark. It involves breakdown, it involves disintegration. Disintegration means breakdown. Please mention breakdown. It involves breakdown. It involves breakdown without any change in chemical parts. Without any change in chemical parts or constitutes. Without any change in chemical matlab, without any change from, please make a note, from inside, without any change from inside. Bracket में लिख दो, no change from inside, only change from outside. Bracket closed. What are the factors which are responsible for chemical weathering? Are the same which affect you from the outside. Temperature may affect you from the outside, moisture, frost, and wind may affect you from the outside. Weathering, this type of weathering is maximally seen in deserts. Sorry? I will come. Next 3 pages you learn everything. Don't worry. Okay, let me just finish. This type of weathering is maximally seen in deserts because the change in temperatures there are the sharpest in deserts. Example, लिख दो please. Example, you need to write, very important. Example, let's say any kind of desert which you are saying, Sahara or Thar. Now, how does this work? Please understand. This works in a way where you are saying daytime temperature will go to, daytime will go up to approximately 40-45 degrees. Night time will fall down to 1 to 5. Anywhere between 1 to 5. That's a lot. That's a very big dip in only less than 24 hours. So morning time, the rock goes under heavy hot temperatures. At night, the rock becomes very cold. Again hot, again cold. Again hot, again cold. This results in weathering. Yes. Now ask me doubts. Now ask me doubts. I will teach you. Chemical weathering is there in the next part. Don't worry. Types of chemical is also there. Please make a star here and write application question. They can give you an example of the desert, tell you to identify which type of weathering happens and why. So instead of directly asking you physical weathering happens in deserts, they are asking you Guma ke. Let's see first type of weathering. This is called as block disintegration. Have a photo. Look at the photo of this. So this will clearly give you an idea of what we are talking about. Block disintegration. The word block disintegration clearly tells you here. Look here. The big block will break into small blocks. If you don't like black and white photo, I'll show you colorful. This is called as colorful. The big blocks crack into small rocks. These are block disintegration photos. Can you see entire block is cracked into smaller parts? Two, more than two, anything more than two. This is the difference between block. Block breaks down into parts. Granular is basically grains. When the rock becomes grains. These are all physical time. Okay. Yeah, but this all process, when we say fast, for the earth language, it is fast. For us, it is millions and millions of years. That's, yeah, yes, yes, all right. Yes,
So,
please.
like in this pattern, where the daytime and nighttime is a huge difference within the 24 hours. So, like big rocks will weather, right?
Yeah.
But what happens to the small rocks that are like feathers?
They continue to weather. So they continue to weather, more smaller. Their main aim, good question. Their main aim is to become soil. So it's basically क्या बोलते हैं an endless unlimited process. You and I have a time period. Can you live for millions of years? No. Does rock have a time period? No. For them, to they continue to disintegrate over years. First type of weathering called as block disintegration. The sudden rise and fall of temperature causes expansion of rocks and contraction of rocks. This results in block disintegration. Same concept, but picture study mark. Remember, if they give you a picture, I give you a picture to draw. Basically, it breaks down. Entire block happens. Block means one will become two, two will become four, entire block. Confirm this happens because at night the temperatures suddenly fall. During the daytime, the temperatures suddenly rise, which we have already done. The words are it results in tension and splitting of the rock. Confirm, can I go ahead? Next one, granular disintegration. As you can see, these all break down into grains. Another photo is this. Do you see this? These are granular disintegration. Granular disintegration means the rocks have broken down into grains, small grains. Since the rocks are made up of different materials, weathering may also reduce them to pieces and fragments. This type is called as granular disintegration. Not block, but grains. Granular disintegration can take place in cold areas and high altitudes. Please mark that as a star. Example is important. The next one is frost action, which Navan asked us. Now, this is what frost action happens. This is what you studied in middle school also. This is called as frost action. Have a look here. First, the rock will crack. Then inside the rock, water will fill up. And then the water will freeze. Water expands on freezing. It results in cracking of the rock. Can you see this three-part photo? First crack आता है, उसके अंदर water जाता है, water expands on cooling, which you are, sorry? Seventh, eighth grade. Water expands on cooling and then it breaks the. This is called as frost action. The cracks and joints are filled with water during the daytime. At night, this water freezes, and please see the word results in rupture of the rock. And this repeated action results in melting, freezing, melting, freezing, melting, freezing. The cracks keep on increasing in size. Eventually, the rock will crack into two parts. Here, any source would be there na, around. It can be ice, it can be rivers, it can be rains. And so, from very simple, basic concept. Frost action will happen where there is water, right? Water is one factor where frost action does happen because of water. अगर पानी नहीं है तो frost action will not happen. Granular disintegration may happen. Block disintegration may happen. Water is a factor which has to be around for frost. And the last one is exfoliation. This is exfoliation. This is nothing but peeling. If you see, if you have exfoliation is nothing but peeling. Peeling like onion. Peeling like onion. Please pay attention. Peeling like onion. Layer by layer, the rock will peel. The weather peels the rock. Yes. Layer by layer. See. These are all photos of exfoliation. It is when, again, temperature changes, pay attention, due to cause of fissures. Fissures means cracks. Into which water penetrates and stimulates chemical weathering. I want you to underline that, please. Star. Water will go inside, it results in chemical weathering. Most rocks are not good conductors of heat. As a result, a sudden contraction or expansion results in peeling of the outer layers. But this is a key word here. Please mark. This happens when the when the water enters the rock. Hence, exfoliation would go under two categories: physical as well as chemical. But we don't treat it as a chemical weathering. We don't treat it as chemical. We treat it as physical because water is a source from outside, and where is water going inside from the outside. So exfoliation, although the change is seen inside, the rock starts peeling from the inside, but the act क्या बोलते हैं, the effect is seen inside. Basically the cause and the effect, the cause is from the outside but the effect is from inside, because something changed inside the rock. Because something changed inside the rock started peeling. But the cause was outside. Chalu ka se hua, bahar se. I'll please write this down. This will become much easier for you to remember. Cause is outside. Outside is equal to physical weathering. Effect. Effect matlab outcome. What is the outcome? Outcome happens from the inside. Because something changed inside, that's why the skin started peeling. So the effect is inside, which is called as chemical weathering, but we don't give importance to the effect, we give importance to the cause. Importance is given to the cause. Chalu ka se hua, bad se chalu. What happened, Riley? It's on the screen. It's on the screen. You can take it later, whatever you missed. Here, please mark this question as hence important. The process of exfoliation is mechanical or physical? Chemical, weathering, contraction and expansion of rocks. The exfoliation is basically which goes under both the categories, but you have to learn it under physical because the cause start ka se hua outside. Effect was seen inside. Effect is cancelled. You don't study the effect, you study the cause. Inside, that is inside only. Equals to chemical weathering, CW. Take 1 second. Let's do chemical weathering. Okay, have a look here, please. The back chemical weathering. In chemical weathering, some or all minerals in the rock suffer decay or alteration because of agents. Please mark these agents. And these agents will affect you from where? Please write from the inside. This effect happens from the inside. Now, why does it happen from the inside? Is because in this decomposition, it results in a change in your chemical combinations. Where is your chemical combinations? Once again, making a bracket and writing inside. Any change in the chemical combination will happen in the inside, not in the outside. This is accomplished in a number of ways, and each is different from the one which is involved. Please mark that this happens from the inside. Something will go inside the rock, something will go inside the body, and that's when the change will happen. For example, if Kabir gets beaten up so much, change will be from the outside. But outside. But what if some friend, please pay attention. Some friend of Kabir who doesn't like Kabir, a thoughtful friend of Kabir poisons Kabir, what will happen? Change will be seen from the inside. Please mark oxidation, carbonation, hydration, and solution are all examples of this. Let's see what is oxidation. It is when atmospheric oxygen. It is when reaction happens with atmospheric oxygen. Which are the two components involved in oxidation? Atmospheric oxygen and rainwater. What are the two components? H2O plus O2. Confirm what are the two components? H2O plus O2. Please mark this very important point, very important. Application. For example, they can ask you about cycle or your window grill. What does it say? Please make a note. When iron comes in contact on coming in contact of iron compounds in the rock, when iron comes in contact, this is your iron. When iron comes in contact with oxygen and water, it results in crumbling, it results in oxidation, it results in changing of color to red to yellow to brown. That's also a very similar example of rusting, starts to rust. They can give you an application question. Very important, yes. They can give you an application question where they can say Arnav had a new cycle, but over the course of 12 months of the cycle, he saw that his cycle started to turn red to brown to yellow. Why? Because any color, because iron comes in contact with water and oxygen. Carbonation, which are the two components? Rocks such as CO2 while coming in contact with water. Please mark second one, water. So here it's H2O plus CO2 results in carbonation. Please mark very important, short. Very important, short. Again, Application questions, both of them. This action involves calcareous rocks such as gypsum, marble, and limestone. Calcareous rocks such as gypsum, marble, and calcareous is a type of rock which we learn. It is in chapter 6. It is a type of rock which is formed in a specific way. In the case of carbonation, rainwater converts calcium carbonate into calcium bicarbonate, which is soluble in water. Hydration, just like we all need hydration, it starts after 20 minutes. Oh, no, no. In this process, expansion of minerals coming in contact with these marked rainwater. What is this again? This is again H2O plus minerals. The first one was what? The first one was water plus. Second one water plus. Third one water plus. This becomes heavy and starts disintegrating. This action can be termed as physical also. Please mark. Ye wala also borderline. Just like exfoliation. Exfoliation was also both sides, physical and chemical. This is also borderline. This action, though can be termed as physical, its effect, please mark this point, its effect is chemical. Where do you drink water from? Outside. Where do I drink water from? Outside. Where is the effect? Inside. So the effect is inside. That's why hydration goes under chemical. Exactly. So the rock also drinks water from outside. But the effect is inside. That's why hydration goes under chemical category, not under physical. Rocks, please mark application questions. Feldspar gets converted into kaolin. Last type solution. It is a process in which minerals in the rock dissolve. Have you had a sugar solution? Have you drank sweet lime water? Have you had salted lime water? Yes. Have you had salted water? Yes. Basically, you're mixing something into the water and it dissolves. Please underline the word dissolves. If it is dissolving, yes. If it mixes. Accepted. I'm just giving basic example. For example, please mark the sedimentary rocks have pore spaces between the grains which allow air and water to go inside and attack the rock. This is the most famous example. Some rock minerals such as salts, rock salts, are more soluble in water than others. For example, rainwater causes chemical disintegration of rock salt and gypsum. You know rock salt and gypsum. Rock salt is basically your Tata Namak. Yes. Yes, that is basically Tata Namak. So Tata Namak salt mixes very quickly. It creates a solution. You have a sugar solution also. Sugar also has a chemical formula. Starch. Starch. If I'm not wrong, it is C6H12O6. Starch. Which then gets the glucose that you can mix into water. Basically, sugar also, but rock salt mixes very quickly. Gypsum mixes very quickly. Sugar mixes little slowly. There are many other X given on top. There are many other solutions which can be formed. Please mark Physical was being seen where? Physical was being seen where? Physical weathering was seen where? In hot deserts, right? Chemical weathering they are seen is where? Cold climates. Apart from obviously water vapor. Please mark important. Chemical weathering occurs in cold climates because this type of climate has abundant water and oxygen, which are one of the two main reasons for chemical weathering. Difference, very important table. Every year this table comes for sure. One second. Done? Can I go ahead? Wait, let me finish this chapter. Physical weathering happens from the outside without any chemical change. This happens because of chemical changes. This is a repeated one. Please mark the factors which you already did. Temperature, moisture, action of frost and so on. This side also is repeated. Factors you already know, temperature, moisture, oxygen. Basically whatever is happening from the inside. This is more in hot desert. This is more in cold climates. Rocks are affected to great depths. Rocks are affected only near the surface. Make an arrow from 2 to 5. They are the same. Temperature and moisture, oxygen, carbon, and acids. Make an arrow from 2 to 5 here also. Final type of weathering called as biological weathering. Physical was from where? From outside. Chemical is from where? From inside. Biological weathering, also called as bracket में डालो or slash बनाओ, organic. Organic means by organisms. That is by, please mark, animals, insects, plants, humans, and so on. However, they can further be classified into physical or chemical. If I go and break a rock from my hand, it goes under physical. If I go and pour an acidic solution on the rock, it goes under chemical. But it was done by man. Sorry? What? Solution was inside. Na? ये वाला पढ़ा ना इधर. The source is outside, but the effect is. But the effect, वही तो बोल रहा है बच्चा, ये देखो ना, वही तो बोला. The effect is chemical. Can you see that screen पे? That's why it goes under chemical. ऐसे तो बोलेगा I will poison you from the outside. But what will be the change? Then how will I poison you? How will I go into your stomach otherwise? Do you want me to go into your stomach and poison you? A source will always be from the, but the effect is seen inside. Humans, let's see how does humans cause biological weathering. Please mark they are the most active agents. They can do physical or chemical. Humans, as I gave an example, please pay attention, Riley. I can break from outside or I can put a solution on it. Examples, please mark excavations, construction, buildings, and so on. Activities like agriculture, dumping, chemical waste, all are resulting in this. Plants, now this is very important. Now they will say, how do plants do weathering? The roots of the plant go into the soil. Please underline, it causes physical weathering. But please mark this statement, very important. Very important. This is the most short question which they ask you, very important. They are saying plants ka roots go inside and cause weathering. But in reality, most plants, most vegetations do not cause weathering, they prevent the weathering from happening. Because it binds the soil together and does not allow rocks to be exposed. It does not get the rocks to get exposed. Confirm? I repeat once again, it will go inside, but it binds the soil. All the plants are causing little weathering, but they are greater good is to prevent weathering. Sure? Animals and insects. Rabbits, worms, moles. What do you want? Rabbits, worms, moles have insects which have large quantities of material on the surface. Now, please mark burrowing animals. Very important. They'll ask you a question on burrowing animals here, especially short. Did they ask you a question on plants here? Yes, short. Every year. Plants are causing weathering, yes, but they prevent weathering on the greater scale. Burrowing animals cause weathering because they loosen the surface and break the soil as they go into the great depths. Upon death, these guys also cause chemical actions to disintegrate and weather. This is same as question. This is same as the plants wala point. Please bracket that. This is repeated. Plants wala point. Vegetation bind the soil more than causing this. Burrowing animals, you should know. Burrowing animals do both type of weathering, physical as well as chemical. Physical when they go inside, chemical when they die inside. Let's do different types of weathering. Let's do different types of weathering. From the process of weathering discussed below, these are the factors. As we said, physical weathering happens more in rapid climates. Chemical happens in cold climates. That's what we discussed. Now let's see different parts of the world which face weathering. Equatorial climate. Where is equatorial climate? Please mention to me near the equator, right? He's right what he said, but let's keep it simple. Near the equator, temperatures are high, right? Weathering, especially chemical, is also more active in this region. So here we will write near the equator. What two types of weathering is there? Physical plus chemical. P plus C, please write. Why is physical weathering? Because of temperatures, write P and circle. And they are saying chemical is also very active here. So P plus C both are very active in equatorial regions. Tropical climates is marked by season which is dry and wet. Due to differential heating during the wet season, precipitation of oxides of aluminum and chemical take place. This results in formation of laterite soil, very important. Tropical may which is active? Chemical. Because as soon as they use the word precipitation means water and oxygen. यहाँ पर oxides of precipitation results in chemical. Mild climates, sorry, dry climates or deserts, इधर खुद ही लिखा हुआ है mechanical due to high temperatures. Mid latitudes, frost action. What was frost action, Nivan? Physical. In limestone areas, you can also find chemical weathering. So यहाँ पर P plus C both happen. P for physical, C for chemical. Polar regions, you find frost action. Frost matlab again physical as well as chemical and biological. So polar regions P plus C plus B. Now, look here. Please underline this concept. In the polar regions, physical is more active. Please see these lines. Chemical and biological are negligible. This is where your question comes in short. यहाँ पर बोला है physical is the most in polar, chemical and biological is negligible. It is happening, but it is not as much negligible. Now they're giving you a reason also. Please see. That's when school asks you question. Because your syllabus has mentioned negligible, that's when your school will ask you this question. That is here. Please have a look. Chemical and physical weathering is negligible in polar climates because water is there. Water is there, but it is in frozen state. And most living organisms do not survive in these frozen states. So chemical के लिए water is there. Chemicals के लिए organisms are there, biological के लिए, but they cannot survive in such cold climates. If they melt, then this weathering becomes active. If they don't melt, these are happening on a very small scale. Last statement here, that's what they are saying. However, recent studies have shown that the melting of this water of the ice caps is increasing carbonic acid content because CO2 is more soluble at low temperatures than high temperatures. This suggests that chemical weathering is now becoming more active in these regions. Again, short question. Agar melting will happen, when the ice will melt, it will give out more carbonic acid in the water. When more carbonic acid is given out in the water, they are saying because CO2 is more soluble at low temperatures than high temperatures. Hence, chemical weathering will become more active here. You know, they say, I don't know if you have gone to or seen videos of the Arctic and the Antarctic. The water is as crystal clear as it can be. Waters of the Arctic and the Antarctic. But they say don't make the mistake of drinking that water, otherwise you will die. It has bacteria and acids which have been there and frozen for millions of years. Not even a little. Your body is not used to such bacteria. Go now, please. See, these are the Arctic waters, these ice glaciers where you go. Where you go for these excavations or those Antarctic, where you know the cruises go on Antarctic. You can take a cruise to the Antarctic from Australia, from Sri Lanka, from New Zealand. Cruises go to Antarctic. The Antarctic cruises, if you know. See, these are the Antarctic cruises which take you to these places. Sorry, Atlantic. Atlantic, Arctic, Atlantic is also. These are the sea Antarctic cruises. You can actually go on these ice of the Antarctic and all. These people. These are people. You can also actually go to the Antarctic. take a cruise. It's a very nice cruise. You should take once in your lifetime. Go there. Okay, enough. Thank you. Go there. You can, but they give you warnings that don't drink this water. Do not eat this ice because this has no. These are some photos again. These waters, although can you see these waters, although so clear, are very dangerous to human body. So that's what they say. When the ice starts melting, these become active. Recent studies have shown that there are carbonic acid. This is repeated but important. That is CO2 content is more soluble at low temperatures than high temperatures. Hence, they are saying chemical weathering is happening. Please look here. One place they said it is negligible because everything is frozen. But once it unfreezes, these all start become active. This brings an end to the chapter.